Hello, and welcome back to Tech Support Mondays. With hurricane season upon us, it's easy to feel anxious. The good news is that being prepared can bring peace of mind, and today we're going to talk about simple tech steps you can take to keep you and your family safe, connected, and informed. In a storm, your phone and your computer become the lifelines of communication, information, and even recovery efforts. We'll break it down for a few key areas: keeping your devices powered up, staying connected with the internet goes down, and protecting your important information. You don't need to be a tech expert to follow along. These are all easy steps anyone can take. All right, let's start with the most important step, your power plan. Before a storm arrives, your number one priority should be fully charging all of your essential electronics. This means your phones, any tablets, your laptops, and especially your portable battery packs. Now, when you look at battery packs, you'll see a number on the box usually ends in MAH. Think of that number like the size of the gas tank for your phone. MAH stands for milliamp. A smaller 5,000 milliamp pack is good for about one full phone charge. But for a hurricane, you'll want a larger 10,000 or even 20,000 milliamp pack, which can give you several charges over multiple days. And here's a tip for many people that forget: your car is a charging station on wheels. A simple car charger can be a real lifesaver if you can safely get to your vehicle. Once the power is out, you'll want to make that battery pack life last as long as possible. The easiest way to do this is to put your phone on low power mode or battery saver mode right in your settings. You can go into your display settings and turn the screen brightness down as low as you can. And here's a final tip: turn off services like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when you're not actively using them. They can be constantly searching for signals in the background, and it'll drain your battery much faster than you think. So what happens once the storm knocks out your home Wi-Fi? As long as you have cell service, you can still get online. Your smartphone has a feature called a hotspot, which makes your phone's cellular data your personal Wi-Fi signal for your laptop or tablet. To turn it on, just go into your phone settings and look for personal hotspot or mobile hotspot. But quick warning: using a hotspot drains your phone's battery very quickly, so only use it when you absolutely need it, and try to keep your phone plugged in while to a battery pack while it's on. It's also crucial to download the right apps before you lose connection, because you won't be able to get to them once the internet is out. You'll want to have a few different types, and it's a good idea to have more than one source of information. First, you need a reliable weather app. Download trusted apps like the Weather Channel or AccuWeather. These will give you live radar to track the storm's path, and most importantly, you can send severe weather warnings directly to your phone. After you install them, make sure to know the app settings and enable notifications so you get these timely updates. Second, you'll want to install an official emergency broadcast app. Best ones are from FEMA or the American Red Cross. These apps don't just track weather, they provide critical information during an emergency, like disaster resources, safety tips, and list any open shelters in your area. This is an official, trustworthy information you can count on. Third, you'll want to install a local news or radio app. An app like TuneIn Radio lets you listen to local radio stations for real-time news and weather updates. If your power and cable go out, this is often the most reliable way to hear live reports on local conditions and instructions from officials in your specific area. Here are a few more things to consider. An app like Gas Buddy can be a lifesaver after a storm, helping you find nearby gas stations that have fuel and power. A walkie-talkie app like Zello can be a great backup for communication, allowing you to talk to family and neighbors when cell networks are congested. The official Red Cross First Aid app is another must-have. It gives you simple step-by-step instructions for handling common injuries if you can't reach emergency services right away. And finally, be sure to install the local power company's app, like the one from FPNL here in Florida. It's the fastest way to report an outage at your home and get latest updates for when the power might be restored. Next, let's talk about protecting your most important information. After a storm, the last thing you need to worry about is finding your driver's license, insurance policies, medical records, or birth certificates. A great way to prepare is to create digital copies of these documents beforehand. You don't need a fancy scanner. Just lay your documents on a flat, well-lit surface and take a clear photo of each one with your phone. Then upload these photos to a secure cloud service like Google Drive, Dropbox, or iCloud. This keeps them safe from any physical damage and ensures you can access them from any device anywhere. Here's a tip that can be incredibly helpful. Create a special folder on your cloud service called Emergency Documents and share it with a trusted family member that lives out of state. This way, if you can't access your own accounts, someone else has a backup of that vital information. And while you're at it, don't forget to about your personal, precious family photos and videos as well. They're irreplaceable, so make sure that they're backed up online too. We've covered protecting your digital files, but you also need to protect your physical electronics. When the power comes back on after an outage, it can sometimes create sudden spikes in electricity called a power surge. That surge can be permanently damaging to it or fry expensive electronics like your television, desktop, and computer, or gaming console. The safest, most effective way to protect your gear is to simply unplug it from the wall before the storm hits. Go around your home and unplug anything that isn't essential. For an extra layer of safety, move any valuable electronics away from the windows and off the floor to protect them from potential leaks or flooding. It's a simple step, but it can save you thousands of dollars in replacement costs. Now, what happens if both the internet and cell servers go down? You can still be prepared. First, your phone's GPS can often work without cell signal, but only if you've downloaded the maps beforehand. Before the storm, open Google or Apple Maps and find the option to download an offline map for both your city and the surrounding area. If you need to evacuate or navigate through road closures without an internet connection, this can be an absolute lifesaver. And finally, for a situation where all digital communication fails, it's crucial to have low-tech backups. A battery-powered hand-cranked emergency radio is one of the most reliable tools you can have. These radios can receive broadcasts from the NOAA weather radio service as well as local news stations, providing you with life-saving alerts and information when your phone or internet can't. Finally, let's talk about the most important thing you can do to prepare that isn't just about your electronics, but about your family, your communication plan. When a storm hits, cell service can become unreliable or completely overloaded. Having a plan in place beforehand is critical. First, set up a family group chat. Use an app like WhatsApp or your phone's regular text messaging to create a single place where you quickly send updates to everyone at once. Next, and this is the tip many people don't think of, choose one relative or friend who lives far out of state to be your family's single emergency contact. It's often easier to make a long distance call than the local one during a disaster. Make sure everyone in your family has that person's number, and the plan is to call them to check in and get information about other family members. And lastly, if there's any chance you might be able to evacuate, establish a physical meeting place beforehand. Pick a well-known, safe landmark that everyone knows about and how to get to, just in case you get separated and can't communicate. That's a fantastic question, Brenda. Your home Wi-Fi router needs electricity to work, so if the power goes out, your Wi-Fi will go down as well. Your cell phone's cellular data, like 5G or LTE, comes from cell towers, which often have backup generators. That's why your phone's internet might still work when your home Wi-Fi doesn't, and why having a charged phone and a battery pack is so important. Hi, David. That's a very common concern. The danger is mostly about corded landline phones, as lightning can travel through the physical phone lines and cause serious injury. However, using a cell phone during a thunderstorm is safe because it's not physically connected to any wires that lead outside. Great question, Maria. During a storm, local cell towers can get overrun with calls and get hard to connect with people nearby. It's often easier to get a cell signal to a long distance number because it uses a different part of the network. Your out of state contacts acts as a central message board. Everyone calls out to them to say they're okay, and that person can relay messages back out to family members, keeping everyone in the loop without jamming up local lines. That's a wonderful and important question, Tom. For pets, GPS collar or tag can be a huge peace of mind if you get separated. It's also a great idea to include your pet's information in your digital backup plan. Take a photo of their records, vaccination history, and recent clear photo of them, and add it to your emergency documents folder on the cloud. Hi, Samantha. This is a critical question. The first and most important thing to do is to turn your phone off immediately and do not plug it in. While many people suggest rice, it's actually not very effective to get dust and starch into the ports. The best method is gently pat the outside dry, remove the SIM card tray to let air in, and then leave the phone to air dry in a wet, well-ventilated spot for at least 48 hours before you try to turn it back on. So to recap our main points, prepare your power plan by charting everything. Know how to stay connected without Wi-Fi, protect your most important digital information, and safeguard your physical tech from damage. A little preparation really goes a long way in making the stress situation feel more manageable. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future tech tips. What's one tech tip you'll be using to prepare for next storm? Let us know in the comments below. Your idea might help someone else in our community. Stay safe out there, and for more sustainable tech guides or create your own stress-free website, visit us at 123mapwebsites.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.